Hi, this is Karen, and I just want to talk about the subtleties of the bill progress graphic that we have on all the bills. So I'm sure you've noticed this before, and these light up as the bill goes through the process. So we've got this bill was introduced, and then we've added the date that it was introduced, 126, and then it went to committee. Um, and about 25% of bills go to committee, so not all bills at all make it to that gate, but it's going to need to if it's going to get passed. And then it crosses over. So if the first chamber likes it and they pass it and they send it on to the second chamber, we call that crossed over. And you'll notice the dates here. This happened on 126. This happened in September, and this happened May 30. So those aren't in order. So what you can tell from this is once it crosses over, it went to committee in the second chamber. And so we see that that happened later in September 1st. So the reason that we don't add just another in committee step in the middle here is because 87% of bills that make it crossed over actually do get assigned to the next to a committee in the second chamber. So it's pretty much going to happen. So to keep this as simple as possible, since there's already a bunch of steps, we just don't bother with that. Instead, we simply update this date so that you can see, well, this date is 5:30. This happened after that, so that's how you know that this is actually the date it went to committee in the second chamber. If you're interested in that level of detail and that subtlety, then you can tell at a glance that it has been assigned to a committee in the second chamber. And then ultimately, this one was passed and then enacted. So a bill might not get enacted; it might get vetoed. So that will simply have this vetoed here. So this one was introduced in January and it crossed over in um, February. And then you see here, it got assigned to the second committee on 3/15. So again, same thing happened. So this shows you that it did get assigned to a committee in the second chamber. Ultimately, it got passed, and then it was vetoed, and then the veto was overridden almost right away. So that's what it'll look like if it kind of goes down that path. So hopefully that helps explain why we don't have the second in committee, but how you can tell at a glance, if you care, if it's been assigned to the second committee yet and when exactly that happened. All right, hope that helps. Take care.